Alright y'all, today I'm going to do this install. Got a new radio for it. This radio and this one does not work, so I got this radio off of Amazon. I'll have it linked down below. The first thing I'm going to do is unhook the battery. Usually when you're unplugging any electronics, you want to unhook the battery just in case, so that's what I'm going to do just in case. Unhook the battery. Alright, first thing you want to do is take out these cup holders. Now this plug for your light and your cup holder, I'm going to take out, set that aside, and then you got two screws at the bottom right here. I'm going to take those out. Can't pop it out with your finger. It does come with this trim tool, so that way it's easier to take out. So yours might not have the heated seats if you have the cloth one, so mine does have the heated seats. Clip on the bottom, you gotta press in to come out. And then unplug the cigarette lighter. Got it unplugged. It'll probably be easier before, put it in neutral, put your brake on. And you got this right here. All you gotta do is pop this out. That side, that side. You got that, then you got to unplug your AC controls. And this one does have this cord right here, and I don't know where it goes to under the dash. So I'm just gonna take that off. Those 4 screws, and then this whole radio should come out. You're unplugged. This one is the antenna wire. All right, finally got it unplugged. Now this radio did come on, but the only thing, the speakers weren't working, so I hope the amp ain't bad, which the amp is right here underneath the dash. It's very rare that the amp goes bad, but if the amp's bad, then we're gonna have to go find an amp from the junkyard. So all this has to go to the new bezel. So there's that one. Do that to this side. I'm gonna unplug this and make sure that this bezel fits. I could already see this bezel is different. Sheesh. This one don't have a cup holder. I guess this one actually don't have a cup holder, so I think it might be because the screen is bigger, so it excludes the cup holder. Hopefully. All right, y'all. The only thing with these Chinese radios and bezel, nothing ever fits right. So this fits perfect, but there's two tabs right here. As you can see, I don't know if y'all can see it. There's nothing for it to click into. It's supposed to click on the side right there. So what I'm gonna do is get the oscillator tool, and I'm gonna do it the right way. I saw people leaving reviews and they had it taped all on here just for the radio to sit there. But I'm gonna do some engineering, and this is the bezel for the stock radio. That's the bezel that sits in there. Let me show you. For this to click into, it's into the stock radio. So we're gonna cut these two tabs off the side, so that way we'll be able to click this new bezel into these side things. So we're gonna cut these side mounts off this radio and drill it in right here. But first I'm gonna swap over the clock and the hazard lights and the traction control right now, and then the AC. All right, these little baby screws are a 4mm. Check these out. Okay, swap that over in here. Be careful not to tighten these down too tight, because it will split the plastic. As you see, I already tightened that one too tight, split the plastic. So as soon as it gets down there, stop, because it didn't even feel like it got tight. That's why I kept going. Okay, got the AC bezel in. Looks good. I'm gonna do the clock off of this one. These screws are very tiny, so make sure you get something to hold them so you don't lose them. All right, there's everything off of there. I will need to be taking these metal clips off of here and putting it on the new one. Controls the clock. And then the power stick. There we go. Still got the gap, so I need to tighten this down. Gap is almost gone. A little bit tighter. Alright, clock's in there. Put in the traction control. Alright. Everything is in. I'm gonna put these in. The coating's falling off everywhere. Make sure those are right. Everything fits right. Now that I got that on there, I'm gonna cut these two mounts off the side of this radio so that way I can put them here so there's something that this radio will be able to click into, because for now the only thing without these bottom clips, because I'm gonna have to cut those off for it to fit, the only thing that'll be holding it are these clips that go into the foam up here that hold it into the foam, and that's not really gonna do a good job of holding. So I'm gonna have to I gotta have something for the radio to click into without those two bottom clicks. So I am gonna cut these off the side of the radio so that way there's something to be able to screw those two mounts right there, and then there'll be something for the radio to click into. All right, y'all, so I got a little oscillator tool, and you could do this probably with a Dremel, little Dremel, and a little cutting wheel, but I got this oscillator tool and I was experimenting on this side, but I thought I'd cut it on because it's doing it pretty smoothly. So I got this oscillator tool and I'm just cutting this bracket off the side of this face of this stock radio. So it would be easier if you don't just hold it and do it. It would be easier if you had a vise and put it in a vise to do it, but I don't have one, so it's the way I'm doing it. One down. There's the side, there's that bracket. So we need this so that way this aftermarket one has a spot to click into. Get this side done. That's what you don't want to happen. It broke. The other side went so smooth. This one broke. It's not what you want to happen. Well, I have one good one and one bad one. Which sucks. This one didn't break all the way. Hold that piece of plastic down. Oh, it just has a little tiny groove for it to hold. Wow. It might work. Alright. Even though it broke, I got it to hold. There's a little groove for it to hold, and it's holding. It's amazing. So I'm gonna get those. I'm gonna get these clips off of this other one. Other bezel. Just kind of want to pry them apart to get them to come off. Go on both sides of it. You're gonna have to go back and forth. There's the first one. For this side. That one. Sounds like that. So goes down. Alright, that plastic clip is in. Now that those clips are on there and we got that bezel off of this radio, we got these two brackets that were on the side of this radio. Now this will be able to click in just like OEM. So that's the one thing these engineers should do when they do the, I understand it's cheap and nothing ever fits whenever it comes real cheap, but it's just simple little things. That's easy little things. Now you got to get these clips right here. They go on the top. Right here. I'm gonna try and think real fast. Try and think. These are a lot wider. These are a lot wider area than these are, as you can see. So probably gonna have to stick a screwdriver in there and pry these apart so they go over the sides of these ones, which sucks. Another thing you don't want to have to do. But like I said, these never fit right, so here's something else you gotta do. I'm gonna stick a screwdriver in here and pry these open a little bit so it's easier for them to go on, kind of bend them outward. So they go on there. I'm gonna try to get it on there the best I can without hopefully not breaking it, these clips. I might have got it. Needs to come this way some. See how it doesn't fit on there right? It's probably the best it's gonna be. At least it's gonna hold. Ah! Should have left it where it was. What you got to do is pry apart these two tabs right here, just so that way they come apart wider. It's the only way I found to get these on there. Pry them apart, open them up a little bit. That's because these borders right here on these stock ones, these things are flat, which is easy for these just to push on there. But there's borders and they're smaller, so it's harder for these to go on there. Cider ones are harder to put than that top one. The best I can get it, so I'm gonna just leave it where it's at. Alright y'all, we got all the clips on. Everything's ready. All the clips are all on. So I'm gonna get this into the car and we're gonna go look at the wiring instructions. Get all the lights set up in there. I'm gonna turn the camera back on. Alright y'all. Been messing around with the wires and everything, trying to figure out what's where, and there's just so much stuff. Like, I don't even know what this goes to. They don't have nothing labeled. Nothing labeled nowhere. But I got everything plugged in. I got the main power wire plugged into it. I'm gonna show y'all right now, and it does come on. The radio didn't work, none of the speakers worked. We got sound, which is great. Alright, I just wanted to check that we had power, which is a great sign. So I'm gonna go unhook the battery again, so that way I could unplug the wires again, take it out. We got power, which is great. A couple things I'm not gonna hook up. I'm not gonna hook up this mic cable to talk through the radio. I'm not gonna hook that up. I do want to hook up the rear camera. I don't know if I'll do it now or I'll do it later on, but let me just show y'all where I'm at. Alright, these two are the USB cables This is all your video outputs, and like if you had some subs and stuff. This is the only wire I hooked up to the stock harness. It still has these two wires right here. My antenna wire. This one, I don't know what any of those go to. I don't know if I'm supposed to hook this up. It doesn't tell me to or not at all. It doesn't tell me if I'm supposed to hook this up. So I don't know. The only thing it shows in the instructions does not show what that does. So I'm very confused on that, which sucks. I wish I had better instructions for everything. I have all these cords and I only got one thing plugged in, so it does say what it does. So it does say that's the RC cable, which these are the RCA cables. Okay. That's supposed to go there or not. Does not tell me if that's supposed to go there at all. And this doesn't even look like the back of this radio, so I don't know if that's supposed to go there or not. It does show you how to hook up this camera. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna hook this up right now. That's a lot of extra wiring that I don't have time for. Maybe later on in the future I will hook up the reverse camera, but right now we just need a radio because the radio doesn't work. Like I said, my parents are gonna be driving this car around. I got them in a Hemi finally. So they're gonna be driving it around and they cannot drive without a radio, so that's what I'm gonna do, is just have them for the radio. This is for the GPS. We're not gonna be using that either. Okay, so I did figure it out. It does have this little adapter right here, this cord that I found. So that is the antenna wire, which is great. Now we got the antenna plugged in. I'm gonna tuck these wires away. This car does not have an antenna on the top, which I forgot about, so I don't know what that does. Hopefully that's supposed to be plugged into there. I do have the antenna plugged in. USBs. Go to a phone. I'm gonna put through the back. Here's one. There's the other one. Now it's time to see if my engineering worked and this radio will go into place. I actually did forget one thing. You gotta take these, cut those two tabs off, which I forgot to do. So I'm gonna cut these two tabs off at the bottom real fast. Okay, got one tab off. The next one. There's the next one. Alright, both the tabs are off now. Ow. Put these wires away. Now the GoPro is running low on battery, so hopefully it does not die on me. Plug in your clock and the traction control. Then you want to make sure to plug in your AC. Make sure all the wires are out of the way. That one's lower. That one's lower. Oh no, the clips are lower. No. So it ain't gonna work because the clips sit lower. Clips sit just a little too low. That sucks. Alright y'all, I'm gonna try and think of something else. Alright y'all, I think I figured it out. I had to drill one more hole. I know people don't really want to do this, but I'm gonna do whatever makes the radio look good on the outside. I'm not worried about this piece of plastic on the inside. This screw, where the stock screw fits on the bottom one, will fit right in there. Same on the other side. Same on the other side. I got it in that hole. And these holes are already in these brackets because this is where the pin is supposed to line up and go into. So the pin that's right here that lines up to go into already broke off, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm gonna try and put it in there and it should click into place now. This pin right here on the side, that's just a guide. It's just a guide pin right here. It's right there. Just take that off of there. Take that pin off of there. There we go. Moment of truth. Hopefully this works. This is just what happens when you buy cheap stuff. You just gotta do some engineering yourself. I'll make sure all these wires, cords are out of the way. Go. It clicked into place. There's so many different ones on Amazon. As you can see, these edges are rounded on the stock one. These are kind of squared, but you can't really tell, but I can tell. Those are kind of squared. Other than that, everything else fits. I saw a dude that left a review on this radio and he didn't do no engineering or anything. That's why I do the best I can to make it fit OEM. That AC tape, metal AC tape, he had it all taped in. I'm gonna get the screenshot, I'll put it on the screen. Don't do that. Both USBs right here. Try and find a place to put it. I'm gonna take out the cigarette lighter and I'm gonna have these USBs right here. Alright. Don't forget to hook y'all seat warmers up if y'all have that. it's kind of a tight fit for that. As you can see, it doesn't really completely match up with that like the stock one do. There might be different bezels for different models, but I literally looked through all of them and it was so hard to find the right one. But for this one, I got it to fit pretty good. Now I got the USB plugs and a cigarette lighter. Put this back on. Don't forget to plug in your lights for the cup holders. Cup holders back in place. There we go, y'all. Installed. I ain't gonna put no music on because I don't want to be copyrighted, but I'm gonna put the link to this radio below if y'all want to take on this challenge. I just wanted to go as cheap as I can just to get a radio in here for my parents. So there's the install of the 9-inch screen 2008 Chrysler. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. All right, YouTube, we're back. We got the final install here. Now for the money, for only like, I think it was $119 for the money, this is amazing. You know, I understand it was kind of a pain for the install. You had to do some modifications for it to fit right, but the screen is amazing. It does so much more than even my 2020 Hellcat can do. I could hook Wi-Fi up to it. I could watch YouTube, Netflix, whatever I want. You could do wireless Apple Carplay, and you could do Android Auto if you have an Android, and you could literally do anything you want on this. See if I can hook it up. Wow, there it is. Let's go to YouTube. Wow. You have to take both out anyway. That is awesome. Take this one and that one out to siphon the whole tank because it has 2 chambers. As you see, I am hooked up to the internet. I'm on YouTube. Just like that. Man, that is so awesome. I think that's better than screen mirroring. It's a lot cleaner looking. Today, we got 2 Chryslers I've been working on. I got this one a couple weeks ago from the auction. Took the seats out, checked the pumps. Go full screen. Look at that. Way better than screen mirroring. It was the fuel go full screen. That went out. Everything watch a YouTube video in the tank. Man, change that. It's totally worth the money just for this alone. You can get Netflix, anything you want on this. Totally worth it. If you're on a road trip or anything, park somewhere, you can watch it. Some install videos coming with this one. Can't recommend this enough. I know it's kind of hard for the install. A couple little things y'all got to do, but so if y'all have any questions or anything, drop the comments down below. I'll try and help y'all out. We do got the exhaust and the coil packs and spark plugs to do. So I'll have a couple more videos coming out, and I'll have some more videos in the future. See y'all in the next one. Peace.